Hey there everyone, what's up? It's GleeCon, and here I am with my pick in hand and my Magneto helmet. Stay a while and listen as we continue our playthrough of everything in the Burning Crusade. We have run Hellfire Peninsula completely as an alliance, and we are continuing that same journey as Horde now. Stay a while and listen. Last time we kind of did all of the quests that were sort of this area above and around Thrallmar, and now we're moving down to across the road here to the areas that are around Zeth'Gor and the little ghosty camp. Let's turn in some of the quests that we completed in this area last time. Walking in here. Do I have anything I want to sell? Sure.
Nice.
I don't think I need that nethery stuff. Alright, Apothecary, I have something for you.
Do you have the wild blood?
I do.
I am eager to study it.
It was
Without
annoying.
An interruption this time. Very good. Now I can more easily perform my tests. Thank you, hero. Your talents are considerable.
Thank you.
I have prepared a preliminary report of my findings regarding the Bleeding Hollow orcs. My colleague in Thrallmar, Apothecary Antonovich, will be happy to receive them. He too studies the phenomenon of fell orcs, in hopes of preventing such a tragedy from again befalling our allies.
He says our orcish allies.
And I will continue my study of the Blood Forte. If fortune is with us, we will isolate the cause of the fell orc affliction.
Take your time, buddy. Get it up. Alright, so that quest is called Apothecary Antonovich. Where are we at here? Apothecary Antonovich. Horde quest. Apothecary Antonovich. This is actually just part of a whole chain here, so let's get it over. Yeah, he does say that. Antonovich does say our orcish allies. For some reason, it's the AI or the game.
Have you brought the plants?
This leaf of a rugged plant found in Hellfire Peninsula? Yes, I do.
These should do the job. I am going to prepare the salve and finish my splint before making my way back to Thrallmar. Why do I have the feeling that I know what Farseer Rigolkut will say when she sees me?
Grillok sighs half-heartedly.
Thank you for your help. I have some of the spine leaf left over. You are welcome to take it with you. Who can tell when it will prove useful?
Speak, friend.
You have to eat
When
it,
I was
though.
wounded in the wastes, I saw a goblin zeppelin crash. It went down to the northwest, beyond the expedition armory. The zeppelin was on fire. Shrieking, burning goblins were falling like bombs from the sky. Of course I was in a lot of pain, and I had lost a lot of blood. I may have imagined the whole thing. If you can find any survivors, you can offer them sanctuary here at Spinebreaker Post.
Okay, investigating the crash. That's interesting because the Horde gets a breadcrumb to go to those goblins. The Alliance does not. Both sides can complete it out, but I do think that's interesting that the Horde get a breadcrumb. Cool. Investigating the crash. I'm glad we didn't do it yet. That might have screwed me up. Because I did have like half a second where I was like, yeah, maybe I should just go run over there and do it, and I'm glad I did not, man. Let's turn in Zeth'Gor must burn.
Report. Is that bleeding hollow blood I see on your sleeve? I hope so.
It is.
Look, Tom.
Lots of it.
Ah, so you slew that villain, Kruush. Well done.
Yep.
Well done. His death will defang those cursed Worg riders. In fact, I hope you took a few of them out during your foray into Zeth'Gor.
Yeah, I did.
Here is your reward. You earned every piece of it. The Bleeding Hollow clan have betrayed their noble heritage. We, the orcs who fought and died to save ourselves from the fell taint of Manaroth, look upon our vile cousins and see only weakness and ignobility. And for that, they must burn. Enter Zeth'Gor, their bastion to the east, and burn their buildings. Kill peons for their torches. Ignite them at their forge, and hurl the burning torches at their hovels, their stable, and their barracks. Burn them all, and then return to me for the Horde.
For the Horde. Zeth'Gor must burn. I think couple noteworthy This is still just part of the chain. Now, I do think the Alliance does... See, there is a quest. Zeth'Gor must burn Slammer. Same thing. Oh, wait a minute. Something else opened up as a result of that. Of me turning that in, suddenly this one opened up too.
Blood braved the lair of the bleeding hollow orcs, dreaded Zeth'Gor, and survived. Perhaps you have the strength to aid me, for I aim to gaze into the mind of its darkest witch, Grillok. Take this shard. Use it to ensorcel an Eye of Grillok and bind it to yourself. Return here and approach my cauldron, and it will pull the eye from you. Go and use care. An Eye of Grillok will betray you to our enemies if given the slightest opening.
Okay. The Eyes of Grillok. This is something that's new to the Horde. They did not have to complete this side of things, and this is a two-parter, so this will have a follow-up. The Eyes of Grillok. Yeah, I think try as we might, there's no way that we're not going to have a couple, like, go there, come back, go again kind of sitches here. I guess let's go over to the two over at Zeth'Gor. So, Zeth'Gor must burn. Yeah, the Alliance, I think they just give you a torch. Oh, we have to go back to that same cauldron where we did the burning blood. So I bet you we could have waited, I guess, and done them both here. Hey, buddy, you're not a peon. So, kind of having an A and peon conversation over here. But I guess you insist on getting involved. I'll shoot you too. Oh, let's use my talent point. So I did start my project yesterday where, and then at the end of it, I realized I had screwed up. It's actually quite freaking hard to do this, by project I mean my thought exercise, right? I started doing the, what if, oh, we have to go light it at the forge? Oh, bro. And there's the thing we have to enslave. This is a lot. Alright. So I gotta go all the way to the other side. How do I capture that thing? Yeah. Oh. Okay. So now for 5 minutes I have the Eye of Grillok. So let's go down to the cauldron now. Ooh, I'm green. That's actually kind of cool. So I have this fell energy in me. Good, baby. Cool. What is that thing? Oh. Bro. That thing threw it out on purpose. Anyway, not a project really, my thought exercise. I tried to work with one of every spec. I didn't even start getting that detailed. So I started thinking to myself, okay, let's go with like iconic, let's go for order here, right? Okay, so then, no, bro, why? This is annoying. Go stand right here. Maybe I can, like, pull him out. I'm right here. I don't really know how we're doing this. How do I put it in the cauldron? I didn't. Grillok now sees what you see? What am I supposed to do? Alright, let me reread the text description because I can't. Take this shard, return here, and approach my cauldron. Oh. So this is... Oh, bro. Come on. Okay, I still have 4 minutes. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. No! Dang it. What the heck? Okay, I gotta mount up and get out of here. So this Eye of Grillok's whole job is to make my life more annoying. Come on. Alright. Okay, so let's go to his cauldron. Not that cauldron right there, so come on, get here. There you go. Okay. I guess, boom, we're just going right in and out here. It's kind of sparking.
The orcs of the Bleeding Hollow clan were dark allies long ago. And even darker enemies now. I'm indebted to you. You have again braved Zeth'Gor and held its darkness close to your heart. I will study the Eye, and perhaps pierce the secrets of its master, Grillok. Let us hope that he can no longer use its magic. Grillok Darkeye has wagered a piece of himself to dark powers, and gained great magic for it. His lost eye burns deep in some hellish pit, now a demon's trinket. The patch that covers his betrayal holds its own dark secrets.
Interesting.
Bring me Grillok's eye patch, hero, and I will reward you greatly for your service.
Grillok Darkeye. So, I guess canonically the lore is that to do these sort of this is Eye of Grillok, but isn't there Eye of Gul'dan or something is similar? This is just the second half. Is it just called, yeah. Grillok Darkeye. Grillok. But I guess, yeah, so I guess canonically a warlock, to get this spell, or at least this particular guy did, he had to remove his own eye and then head back into, or give it to a demon, and then the demon is gonna wear it as a trinket around his neck, like, and I guess that sort of kind of imbues it with fell energy, and also it gives the ability for the demon to use it almost. You can now use your eye as a sort of, I don't know, this weird second sight thing. The whole thing seems a little weird to me. Who am I, though? I'm just a dude. So anyway, yeah, as I started this, okay, so then I was like, alright, well, the best thing to do would be to do some math. You know me. Love that. Okay, let's light the... Oh, gosh, forsake it. This place is quite obnoxious when it comes to the sheer quantity of dudes that are constantly spawning, running around, slowing me down. So anyway, I thought, okay, let's run the numbers. Well, there are, you know, X, Y, and Z, this many specs, this many sub-specs on each side, yada, yada, yada. Let's light them all. Okay, so we're going to turn them into burning torches. They have a 5-minute timer, of course they do. And now we're going to burn the Eastern Hovel, as that person called it, which I have never pronounced. I've always pronounced it as Hovel? Oh, it's, yeah. It's always how I've said that word. Now we need the stable. But I guess shovel is spelled like that. So perhaps I've always been wrong. It's not going to be the first time in my life. As I've talked about on other episodes, there are words like the A-E-G-I-E-S used to talk about some specific kind of shields. I always have pronounced that as... I used to always pronounce it as Aegis, I believe. And it wasn't until, like, in the past 5 to 10 years, maybe in the past 10 years, I learned that it is actually... Oh, we need 4 things. Dagnabbit. Let's get one more. We need one more peon. And it was Aegis. So that was a long time coming. Not that that's a crazy word, but... Anyway, yeah, so... I was like, alright, so with all that being said, it turns out that we would need, first of all, we would not be able to do this on one account unless they helped us out a little bit and added even more alts, because we would need a total of 80 characters. So we will need to, hopefully, if we ever were to do it, by the time we were done, maybe we'll have 80 by then. Because I think we have 70 now, I believe, is the last that I read. So, you know, there's not a way to actually practically complete this project. Somebody joked around and said I would need one of every class and every spec on each faction. Yeah, that'd be cool. Except we don't have even enough for that. Oh, by the way, I want to read this Albrecht's findings. But, so it doesn't matter because I'm going to pretend like we could. It doesn't matter that we could actually create this on one account. We are going to pretend like we can. Okay, so then with 40 each, you look at how many total races and everything that can be. Well, I believe, all things told right now, there are 15 total races. Oh, gosh. In the game. So if you take a male and a female of each, that's 30 races each. That gives you... So if you did a male, like let's for instance say a male human and a female human, a male, you know, then you could do all of that and still have 10 slots left over. So that means 10 of the 15 races get to have a third character. So you can really go wild. Oh no. Oh, who's that guy? Let's help this guy out. The warrior, so he can fight better than me. I was just helping. Alright, cool. Let's get Grillok's eye patch. Where's old Grillok at? Is he like... Is he up there? No, he's got to be down below, right? In there, I bet you. Yeah, there is the so-and-so. Okay, so then that gave me a starting off point. So I'm like, okay, well, that lets me approach this project as I need to basically think about, when I'm allocating this out, if I want to also, you know, give myself some other arbitrary... Because I've heard somebody talk about doing this kind of thing before. So here's another arbitrary rule I'm putting on the project. Let's also cover every single one of those projects. So we're gonna do, we're gonna spread these out, so to speak, as evenly as possible, so that your full-on stable of dudes. Oh, bro. Your full-on stable will have one male and one female of every race, and no race will have more than 3. Okay? We've created new rules of engagement now. Or we've elaborated on the rules. Cool. So, if you've been starting to think about this project on your own, I've just upped the rules of the game. You're gonna have to go back to the drawing board like I did. Now, I created a very, like, scratch on some paper way of approaching this. Which is fine. But it did lead me to make a mistake. On my first pass through of this, as I started to just... I didn't even go for specifics. I just started to think about... now, distributing classes. I didn't even get to specs yet. Distributing classes and races... Which races could go with each classes, blah, blah, blah. And I immediately am struck with a few problems. Well, first of all, first pass through, I screwed it all up. And I wound up halfway through realizing, oh, I've completely botched my numbers. And I was not being fair, like... For some reason, I automatically was giving 3 to everybody, and then I started reaching the end, and I was like, oh no. We're at the end here, and I haven't, Oh, he's immune to... He has a shield. What's this? Get rid of that totem. Oh, he's actually a shaman? Interesting. He's got a little map hook right there, too. Oh, good. That worked on him. That's cool. Oh, man. I should not have used all my stuns. I didn't know he was going to run. Thank goodness. Okay, we did get his eye patch. That's cool. It says wearing this would be a bad idea as it would severely hinder your vision. There's a little map there, but we don't need it. Ooh, okay. So we are done with the Zeth'Gor. I hope for good. Okay, then I ran it the second time through, but the second time I forgot one small detail. I didn't forget it when I did my initial count of 40, but I forgot that Druid has 4 specs, so Druid's accounting for 8 characters, not just 4. Let's turn in this eye first.
The evils
not
of
just
bleeding
6.
hollow orcs know no bounds, and are rivaled by only their shattered hand cousins. Ah, yes. Just as some who lost a hand or a leg in battle will oftentimes feel their severed limb. I wonder if Grillok still clutched at his lost eye in his dark dreams.
Weird. Who clutches at their lost eye? I don't know.
And if fortune is with us, then perhaps I will learn what drew Grillok and the bleeding hollow orcs to succumb to demons.
Maybe. It's a small pinch of increase to armor. Oh yeah, I like it. It matches my helmet. 2 things also. I still forgot to give me talent. Last thing we did was gain Armory of Light. So let's look at this. Holy Paladin talents. I guess we can just click this and go to talent. I like that they've done this, especially one thing I like about this is it's actually a little bit annoying on the PC, but as I was doing my research for that other stuff, it's actually way friendly for the phone. Popping these pop downs down and switching over, and like it's pretty good for the phone. All right, so we're gonna switch down. We are gonna take the entire next tier, beginning with 2 of Obduracy, 2% to speed, and 2% reduction in AoE damage. I love it. I will take that.
I could see the smoke and flames of Zeth'Gor from here. May the bleeding hollow fiends burn to ash and drift far from the sight of any true orc. Thank you. You helped burn away an affront to every orc's spirit.
An affront? Come on. All right, this is a definite increase. Oh, that's it? There's no... What's this? So I am wearing this orangish cloak. Oh, now I got an even longer yellow one? I like it. I definitely look like some character from some comics. I don't know what comic. But there's something going on here. Like, what's this? Like a Destroyer of Worlds kind of thing. I want to say there's some kind of vibe like that around everything.
That's pretty good.
Like, let's also read this Albrecht's finding.
Learned Antonovich.
Oh, cool, he'll play
I
it
hope
first.
this letter finds you in Thrallmar productive in your studies. My trappings here in Spinebreaker are adequate for my own experiments. Though at times I do wish to be back in the Undercity with a full range of implements and servants to aid me. Ah, the laments of a corpse. Pleasantries aside, I have some interesting news. The blood gathered from the fell orcs shows a concentration of demonic taints. It is almost identical to the taint of the original fell orcs of Azeroth. The taint of Manaroth.
Okay.
It is impossible for Manaroth's influence to reach across to Outland. The beast has been dead for years. But I fear another Pit Lord may be at play. A Pit Lord of Manaroth's power, unable to corrupt indigenous orcs. I will continue my studies of bleeding hollow blood, but I urge you to pursue the trail, and I fear that trail may lead deep into Hellfire Citadel. Scholarly yours, Apothecary Antonovich.
Alright, so he's not wrong. They did. Magtheridon is essentially a he is another Manaroth. Because the blood of Manaroth, right? That's how they... Oh, what? Why did I have 3? Where did that one come from? What? Oh, because the knights call for help when they are low on life. You biscuit. You little biscuit eater. So anyway, this... Oh, gosh. And you holy locked me? Bro. So what happened was that I basically fixed it, but I'm not thrilled with the results. I went back and I tried to edit it without redoing it. And I'm like, guys, I need to go back and do this reassignment one more time. And then I had the thought, like, oh, you know how I should do it? Is basically I should list each character class, and then I should make it to where I basically list what are they most iconic for in order, even if it takes me... Oh look, Decipher the Tome.
This tome appears to be some sort of history written in a secret alliance cipher. Althan, the historian in Spinebreaker Post, has studied the Unyielding for some time. He may be able to crack the alliance code and decipher the book.
Okay, so we're gonna have to add that on there. I just wanted this ore, and I felt like I'm getting half this quest taken care of because of it. So this is a newer quest, or this is not one that we saw in the Alliance. But anyway, yeah, so I was, so I'm gonna restart the filtering process one more time as I mess around later today. So instead I'm gonna just go class by class, and I'm gonna list, like, okay, the most iconic things that, like, for instance, going down character by character. First of all, let's add this list on there. That was Decipher the Tome. Let's check that one out. Decipher the Tome. It's Horde only. It's part of a chain. Okay. Decipher the Tome. And then we also, while we're there's this warp thing too. Investigating the crash. I guess we could go over there before we do the warp, because I think they crash people. I can't remember. Maybe let's just go grab these real quick, because we don't have to log these. These are the neutral quests that we did. I just want to kind of toss them in there and see what they have for us.
I'll never take another shortcut again. We were shot down by the Burning Legion, even though we waved a flag of truce. Who knew the Burning Legion was so mean? We cannot come with you to Spinebreaker Post.
They were so
we need
mean.
to repair our Zeppelin and be on our way.
To get closer.
In the event of an emergency, it is always the pilot's job to keep a level head, especially when the only orders your co-pilot follows come from his stomach. The good news is that we won't need to wait days for replacement parts to be imported. The bad news is that the spare parts got scattered from here to the Valley of Bones to the east. The other bad news, the spare parts aren't so spare. They, fell off during our rapid descent. Could you help me collect enough to get us off the ground again? I am starving. There is irony in that, wouldn't you say? A starving cook.
Legacy laughs half-heartedly and taps a folded piece of parchment he has in his pocket.
According to this tourist map we were following, before we were so rudely shut down, there is an area to the southwest near Terrakar Forest called the Razorthorn Trail, and supposedly it is brimming with delicious Ravager eggs. I could cook up quite a feast if only someone were brave enough to go down there and get me some. I'll never take another shortcut again, I swear. How was I supposed to know the skies over Hellfire Peninsula were that dangerous?
Alright, so cool. We just picked all those up. I just wanted to see if any of them kind of dovetailed nicely. I don't know that they will. But might as well get these. I do remember one of them has something to do with going down to the Void Edge. So I at least want to pick that second one up before we do the Void. I know for the Alliance you go back and forth here. So maybe I will go turn in that book and just see. But these are just quests we're completing for fun. I think the Buzzard Wings is one of our stuff. And maybe there's a pig involved in there too. I do think there's a few Horde quests.
I'm out of range.
Anyway, so as a for instance, here's what I mean by that, is creating a list for each race. Like, okay, so for human, thinking about myself and kind of measuring all of their classes in order of like, how epic are they? Some races have a lot, and some races don't. Now also, keeping in mind, well, we have 5 races that we only have to do 2 of them. So the ones that I struggle more on, those are going to be those will be the ones that we only use 2. So for instance, like humans have a lot. Humans have a lot of iconic. Now part of it is their history. I really think that as I'm realizing it, well, that's the ones that are the easiest or whatever. Like, humans have been around since orcs and humans. So orcs and humans are going to be very easy to find heroes for because they've been in every game from the beginning. Then think about the characters that have been around since Warcraft 2. Well, if you add Warcraft 2 into the picture, now we're starting to add... It's actually okay that we fight these because those buzzard meats that we get are... They can drop even when we're not on the quest, and we are going to need them. No, we did not get one, but... So, like, trolls now start to enter the picture. There's some iconic troll heroes. There's some iconic elves. They're not necessarily light elves, but I mean, night elves. But the elves can span across Highborn and Blood Elf and yada yada yada. Some Death Knights start to enter the fray. In some Warlocks are already there from just about the first game on. So anyway, there are definitely classes and races that have brought themselves, have made themselves interesting from the beginning. Zandalari, not so much. They're discussed since original classic World of Warcraft, but they are not.
Too far away.
So, I'll do the exercise once for humans. So going down classes, I don't know, I like to characterize the 14 classes, or... What is it? There are... 3, 6, 9... Yeah, there's 13 classes. There are 3 mail, 3 cloth, 3 plate, and then 4 leather classes. So that's just how I always separate them in my mind. It could be a lot. You could separate them differently than that, but that's just the easiest way for me. So you go through humans. Okay, starting with warrior. There are absolutely some iconic human warriors. We talked about that on the last episode. Varian, Anduin Lothar, to name just a couple off the top of the dome. Okay, cool. What about paladins? Well, yes, absolutely. Not only are there iconic human paladins, the most iconic paladins, you could easily make the case, would be humans. They invented the Knights of the Silver Hand, and while there are some other cool ways that paladins are starting to pop up into the lore, thinking about the Zandalari paladins and how it's kind of like the sun-worshipping Loa thing, or Lady Liadrin, who is an awesome Blood Elf paladin who has a very cool backstory of her own. You definitely could make the argument that humans are awesome paladins. Certainly among the Horde, some of the most awesome. Okay. Let's fight a couple more of these guys because I see more ore. Alright, then what? Death Knight, yes. There are, as a matter of fact, some of the earliest Death Knights were fallen... all of the earliest Death Knights were fallen paladins. So, yes, there are iconic. There's the Ash Tongue, the Forge Rings. There are, and you could, again, make the argument that some of the awesomest paladins are human. So yeah, they make a great case. So already you're like, oh, well, humans were going to be spoiled for choice. That's true. Then you go to the male now. There are no notable hunter humans other than a living Nathanos Blightcaller that really matter, especially when we have so many other options. So I would call their hunter is negligible, very low on the spectrum of us using a spot on hunters for humans. Shaman, there are none. I don't think they can be shaman. So there are no cool alliance, I mean, human shaman. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this in case of emergency. We'll go turn that one in real quick, and then we'll go back and turn in this Decipher the Tome in case that sends us back to the dead people. Maybe I can get my rest of my killing in.
Did you find enough of the parts? If not, I might have to use that frying
there's
pan
Voidwalkers
that
going
keeps
wild.
waving around. Then I'd have to rename the Zeppelin the Flying Skillet. Some of this is in pretty bad shape, but there should be enough to work with here. With some creative engineering, I am confident I can make it work.
Right,
Even if I can get the Zeppelin's frame repaired, I'll have to find something else to power the engine. I am all out of fuel, and there is no place to fill up around here. To the south of us is an area of broken land called the Warp Fields. It is full of rogue and uncontrolled Voidwalkers, but I like to think of them as walking batteries. If you can bring me enough of their essence, I can convert the Zeppelin's engine to run on it. 5 gold says I'll even get better mileage out of it, too.
Alright, so Voidwalker's gone wild. We picked that up. Now we can dovetail those two.
What is this? A book carried by an unyielding spirit. How strange. Let me study it. Perhaps I can learn the history of the unyielding.
It says a strange book written in a ghostly ink.
I have studied ancient history my entire life. I have never seen anything like this book. It tells the entire history of the armory, including events that happened after its destruction. The unyielding have kept their history even after they had fallen in battle. With this book, we will be able to understand the unyielding and convince them to join us. Perhaps we have taken the wrong approach to the unyielding. The tome tells me the expedition armory was destroyed by orcs and death knights. Long ago, the unyielding remain here as vengeful spirits, trapped in an eternal battle against the Fel or clans. They think only of revenge. We must arrange for them to defeat their most hated enemies. Enter the expedition armory once again and find Lieutenant Commander Thalfos. He carries a battle horn that can summon the unyielding. Bring it to me.
Okay. Alright, man, I'm on it. The battle horn. Pretty neat idea. Even that, though, has a few steps to it. This is interesting. We're just going to kill and do as best we can. Let's guide the blind. Alright, I guess take some of this stuff. Those pants were like a slight upgrade, so.
For the Horde!
Alright, so now we're gonna go look for the battle horn. I might have to kill a few guys, is what it is. This guy. Yeah, there we go. And these knights are annoying. So, what else? Rogues. Again, they have a few rogues that are cool. You have the Matthias Shaw characters. You have, and you know, the human elements of SI7. Although not a ton of them actually have names. You also have the Van Cleefs. So you have some decent choices. Certainly better than Hunter, but not something so different, or... So I would call it like a below average hero list, but not nothing. Monks, there are actually some, but very few, but there have long been monks within the Scarlet Crusade. As long ago as World of Warcraft Classic. So there actually are some existing monks in the lore, which seems like, oh, well, that's like nothing. Put it at the bottom. But when you consider how few monks we will actually have within the lore,
I'm out of range.
there's some digging to be done that I didn't even know about. And we will find some find an actual surprising amount of characters. So for now, we're going to include that because, I think he got healed by this stupid knight. We're going to keep it because we're going to note it because some characters are going to have, like, I can't think of one. And this is at least better than that. But very, very low. I would say right along the same lines as Hunter. We can make the arbitrary distinction because even as human hunters, okay, there's Nathanos. Well, Nathanos is straddling the line. He's technically a Forsaken now. He was a human when he was starting to exhibit, when he was a Ranger Commander, Ranger General, or whatever he was called. Maybe it was never a general, but... So, monks will be low, and then we would have to fully rank them. So what did I say? They cannot be druids, so we're scrapping druids, and they can't be demon hunters, so there goes our other leather. So those two are gone. So 3 of the classes, they can't be them at all. Then you go into cloth, and they're warlocks. I actually, well, they certainly
soon. If we can convince them to join us, the Horde will have gained a powerful ally.
It says an ancient horn that has seen many battles.
You have done well. This ancient horn will allow us to summon the unyielding. That is, if they are willing.
Not bad.
Here is an old destroyed Alliance siege tower. Now scavengers loot it for old nails and bits of scrap. Long ago, many Alliance warriors lost their lives at this tower, and their banner was captured by Urtrak, a foul Or commander. Blow the unyielding battle horn near the Alliance banner. This will get the attention of Urtrak. It may also summon forth warriors who fell in battle long ago.
Okay, so Bloody Vengeance. Actually, this is kind of a cool plan, because these are characters from Warcraft 2, essentially, and you are using the horn, this is Bloody Vengeance, to get them to come out and fight. And they're going to fight some fell orcs. It's actually, I can't believe this is going to actually work. Gosh. I guess we're going back here. So here's an old tower with an actual peon working it. So anyway, looking at there are not a lot of great warlocks from, you could call Medivh a warlock, but then you're splitting hairs because Medivh is also obviously a pretty awesome mage, so what would you rather classify Medivh as? So, very low, you can be a human warlock, but they are, and there are some warlock NPCs, but they're negligible. However, the best, I would say, there's a rich priesthood, so a pretty high set for their priests. They'll try to kill you. Well, maybe you won't get the chance to. Vengeance is ours. Attack my brothers. Yeah, I guess so. So I guess I will just help them attack him because I want credit. That's pretty good. Like, they oh, they're going on. They went after the peons too. They're actually they crushed it. So the Vengeful Unyielding, we can summon them. We did manage to have a way to harness our power. I don't know that it will work outside of these specific
Have you blown the horn by the siege tower yet?
No.
We must do this soon. Who knows when Throlmar will have need of the Unyielding. Hello. I am glad to hear that the Unyielding joined you in your battle. I thought they might come to the sound of their own battle horn, but I could not be sure. Perhaps we have given some of them the vengeance they so desperately crave. You have slain Urtrak, and we must report your victory. to Commander Hogarth in the Expedition Armory. He will understand the risks you have taken on his behalf. This had better be good. Hogarth, the commander of the armory, is in the Eastern Tower. You must report your victory over Urtrak to him. Perhaps he will be friendly. Of course, he may try to consume your soul. One can never tell with spirits such as these. The Unyielding are still against us, and will no doubt kill you if they can.
Okay. Honor the Fallen. So this is the last of this series. So basically we're going to the ghosts and we're telling them, hey, we helped you out. Which is interesting, because we don't really do that with the Alliance side. We're just like, let's put them out of their misery. Which is, I guess, a way of helping them out, quote unquote. But here, we are not. We're going in there and fighting. Oh, I have to level up again. So anyway, I would say I would put priests pretty high, and then mages, obviously, you could easily make the argument that some of the, if not flat out, the most iconic, historically awesome heroes for the Alliance are mages. So that's going to be really high on the list.
We lost our battle against the Fell Orcs so very long ago. You have restored some of our lost honor by killing Urtrak. Take one of our weapons with you. When you are fighting our most hated foes, use this weapon, and those who are free of our curse will come to your aid before you leave. Those who died at the siege tower wish to honor you for destroying our enemies.
That's pretty good.
That's cool. So a bunch of these vengeful, unyielding come and bow to me in death. The knights, a bunch of... That's actually cool. And you could get Rod of the Unyielding. We did not get that staff, but that's what they want to... Oh. And then immediately Sorcerer, which we actually need Sorcerer to have it. Okay. Alright, so that's a sorcerer. We now, I guess we might as well kill the rest of them now. We do have to go back up there to the Apothecary. Which I guess I will do that after I'm done with these ghosts. We need, what do we need here? 1 more knight, 3 more footmen, 5 more sorcerers. So let's find the sorcerers because we're obviously a little behind on those bad boys. There's one. Yeah, so then my plan is, so we make that whole list there, and then just kind of sort it in a rank, like, here's what I think the most iconic, for me, I feel like Mage is probably the most iconic. There's a lot of heroes that need some representation. A lot of Mage heroes from the Horde. Okay, and then I would say, well, also, there's probably no more real iconic paladins. The most iconic come from the Alliance, so I'll put that at the top of the list too, and then and so on and so forth. Okay, and then go down and repeat this, not even getting into the whole specsness of it yet, just going down and filling out a chart like that, because then you could easily say, like, okay, now I can sort of round robin my way through this whole process. Here are the... Oh, look, I always forget that there are these little non-interactable, just visual ghosts. And then our job gets a little bit easier with a few things. So, first of all, the Evoker, no one else can be an Evoker except a Drakthir, and vice versa. So all that Drakthir can be is Evokers. So while that does present us with some challenges, well, not really. what it does is... can't be standing on that fire. Oh man, they stunned me. Ah, bro. It makes certain things a little bit... Oh gosh. Jeez, come on, bro. Get out of the fire. They are painful. Oh man. I gotta lay on hands here. Oh, really? I got one down. Let's get this healing off. That thing hurts. Oh, and then they frost Nova you into their Hellfire, their Hellscape. Alright, well we've killed all the sorcerers we need, actually. This will be the last night. Now it'll just be a couple footmen after this. So, yeah, so that will be like, okay, well, that means one, that the Drakthir can't be one of our 5 that we give less love to. Because they have to be 3 classes. And it also means Evoker's taken up. We have no choice in the matter. It also hurts us with Blood Elves because I guess the only thing that can be a Demon Hunter is a Blood Elf Demon Hunter. So we have choices. We either need to make more than 3 Blood Elves, which is an option. So you could relegate an additional, because 5 people would be not allowed to have 3 classes. So it would give you the option to put a 6th if you wanted on the Horde, and you can make 4 Blood Elves to at least give a Blood Elf one other thing. Because Blood Elves do have some pretty cool options. I mean, there's plenty of mages. Definitely, you have Liadrin for Paladin. You have the Rangers. So if you really had a Blood Elf character that you really wanted, you could give yourself 1. And then relegate another class down to 4 if you wanted to. I mean, you could do whatever the heck you want. You could have every single character class only have 2. And then everything else is just split up however you want. So you could do it that way too if you didn't want to have it fully balanced. I'd be willing to move that, like if there were just some really good cases for other characters.
The Unyielding have felt the strength of the Horde. No doubt they will soon be in the mood to listen to my proposed alliance.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Okay, so that's it. They're not giving us anything else cool there. Let's go over to the Voidwalkers now and do the 2 Voidwalker quests. Also, from the Alliance side, that means 2 of your characters would be... What do we need? We need 10 Essence, and we need 3 Warp Nether. Activate it in the warp fields to generate an unstable rift. Oh, then that will bring this guy. Stable. I don't really quite understand. I gotta read the instructions. Am I supposed to be using it on one of those dudes? I think so. That's Warp Nether. Okay. This is what I wanted. Oh, I see him. I see you. I see you. Okay. Alright, now what am I supposed to do with this? How do I get this condensed warp essence? Do I do something? I don't think so. Does it just drop off of some of them? Oh no, it has to come off of like these organic ones maybe? Yeah, I think so. So not the ones I just summoned. It has to come off of... Oh, these rogue woodwalkers? I think there's two kinds. I believe. So anyway, there are some ways to be creative. What the heck? What am I... Yeah, is it just a matter of let's just kill one more without doing anything special and see if that's how I get it. I need to go get some ore. I see the ore down there. Okay. Because those other ones were... See, these are uncontrolled. The other ones were unstable. So different. I think that these are just a drop rate. There we go. Okay, so it is. It's just a... I was starting to worry. I was like, man, am I missing something? Am I wasting my time here? So that's a thought exercise I will be working on over the weekend. Just seeing if I can create some cool combos and anything that you guys can think of. I'm open to ideas on this. I don't know what I will need in terms of overall. Now, and some of them, like, I don't know, like a Haranier, I don't know anything about that. And I don't really want to know that much. So what's happening is the Haranier are just sort of falling by the wayside for me. And same thing with the Earthen. I can conceptualize what those characters are. I understand the Earthen have existed in the lore for a long time. They are basically they're dwarves before the Curse of Flesh came and got the dwarves. Makes a lot of sense. There are a couple old lore stories from War of the Ancients where the Earthen are fighting side by side with everybody else in that great war. There might be a single named Earthen character. I would have to look and see. I don't remember exactly. And then as far as the Haranier go, it's my understanding in the little bit that I have read, because again I'm trying to keep myself out of spoilers here, it's my understanding that they are sort of the OG progenitor race, right, of humanoids on Azeroth. Because the gnomes, the humans, the dwarves, they all come from... They were created by the Titans. They were created in the Forges and later were struck by the Curse of Flesh, right? And the Curse of Flesh made them from Mechanomes and Earthen and Valkyr into humans and gnomes and dwarves and trogs. So they have... But there was an actual humanoid race that existed. Now, I think they were once upon a time called Dark Trolls, is how we were always meant to think of them. But I think what the game is now pivoting, and a slight retcon, is they're not exactly Dark Trolls. Because it was always kind of sold as Night Elves evolved from these Dark Trolls. And trolls are the real race overall. So I think there's been some retconning going on, like, well, no, these things weren't exactly trolls. They're a progenitor race that's somewhere in between a troll and a night elf. And they didn't disappear or get evolved out. They actually have been living, I don't know, in freaking Land of the Lost or something. I don't know, I haven't underground the small snippets that have crept through my filter of not spoiling things for myself. Okay, cool, but they've literally never been mentioned anywhere before in the lore. Not anything that I've read. So the idea, there are going to be no ancient heroes. The heroes are going to come out of whatever books and short stories that they have written in the past year to two, either during this expansion and in whatever playline, questline comes out of the latest expansion, which is cool. It's also not a big deal because I don't have to play. I will not be making any Heronir or Earthen anytime soon because they are not unlocked until the newest expansion, so I won't be getting there. Same thing, like, I don't care that I'm going to be making 6 Drakthir back-to-back with 6 Evokers. While that's cool and all, those are going to be areas where I guess I can trim the fat a little bit. Like I said, we're technically 10 short. Well, 4 of that 10 can come out of Drakthir because we won't be making them until Dragonflight. Well, I don't know why the heck I just did that. Same thing, like, I will obviously be tabbing the Heronir and the Earthen as races that I only need 2 of. So I can have a male and a female of each. The dropper just... I feel like we did this one so much quicker on our Alliance character. Maybe it's because we were a warrior and not a holy priest trying to go through this. So anyway, if you want to, I will work on this. By all means, anybody that wants to help me, I'll take all the help I can get, because really all you're going to do is feed my thoughts. If I have better thoughts, not better thoughts, but if I'm like really committed to my own idea, then I'm going to stick with that anyway. It doesn't really matter. You know, just like you would do the same. But you might introduce something into my mind. Like, there's certain things where I'm like, oh man, I never even thought of that. So like, a good example would be, I've always had this gut feeling like, okay, I kind of like the idea of a troll priest as a horde priest, you know, and tying voodoo into being a priest, and because it kind of is, although, you know, I understand, as I talked about on yesterday's episode, it's not black and white like that. Like, troll shadow hunters are not exactly rogues, they're not exactly void priests, they're not, you know, they're not exactly this, blah blah blah. Or you look at like shaman, and it's like, okay, well, shaman are all about the earth, and okay, that really ties into the Maghar, and I get that, makes sense. But all shaman use a ton of totems, well, that's straight up from the trolls and their witch doctor. They brought that over from Warcraft 3 style games. That's where that class conceit comes from. They just stuck it on to shaman. Or you have like hunters. Well, hunters are incredibly, they were also the last class they added into Warcraft Classic, but they're incredibly diverse. Like, you have clear, iconic marksman hunters such as Sylvanas, a ranger, you know, with little to no care about bestial allies. Then you have Rexar, who is a clear Beastmaster hunter, awesome in terms of his connection to his pet, Misha. Nothing is the more iconic Beastmaster style, but he doesn't shoot at all. He doesn't care about that. And then, what the hell is a survival hunter? Who are some survival hunters, you know? So, I guess we're going to turn in both of these things. So you have some gray areas. You have, you know, like your Jaina Proudmoores, who are probably a frost mage, but obviously she can use all types of magic, but all mages kill.
Are you able to get the essence?
Yeah.
This is perfect. In fact, I think it is going to work so well. I might just have to redesign the engine to take advantage of all this extra power. When we get out of here, I'll have to show my design to everyone back at Area 52.
Okay, so, yeah, let's go turn this in before I go do the Ravager Egg Roundup. Because we will not be getting the... I assume we're not going to be having the dwarves over there that send us over. Yeah, I'm not fighting 20 of those guys for a piece of work. Not again. Not again.
Have you managed to use my experimental device yet?
Uh-huh.
I think my unstable warp rift generator will work out there so close to the abyss. Unbelievable. You have touched the void itself. You have saved my life's work. But there is more that must be done, and you can help me. We have to improve my warp rift generator. You must take it to Void Ridge. Head east of here. You must avoid the foul fort of Zeth'Gor. To the east beyond Zeth'Gor is a small pass through the mountains. Through this pass you will find Void Ridge, a terrible place on the edge of the abyss. You must kill the walkers that you find there, and bring me shards of their souls. With their power we will improve upon the warp rift generator, and open a portal to the beyond that cannot be closed.
Why? Why do we want to open a portal to the beyond that cannot be closed? That is my question for you, sir. I feel like at this point, this is where in real life, I'm running around helping this guy do his different warlocky, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, what? Our plan is what now? We want to open a portal to the void that can never be closed? Wait a minute. I don't know if I'm on board. But let's do it. Gotta get that XP. Let's go ahead and open up. Oh, I forgot to level up twice now. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. I know I'm picking a second obduracy, so more movement speed and AoE reduction. And we recently picked this, Divine Favor. So we're skipping on both of these. We're not choosing Unwavering Spirit, which would give me a cooldown of Aura Mastery reduction. I literally have never used Aura Mastery. I haven't thought to use it, so fine. And Aura Mastery also increases healing received by the party or raid members by 10% for 8 seconds. So that's minimal, I can see. And plus, again, I don't remember to use it. We are going to go with Imbued Infusions. Consuming Infusion of Light. What the heck was that? What is Infusion of Light? This thing. Your holy shocks. Oh, it's that little glow around me. So that gives me either 2 points for a judgment or an instant flash heal. Consuming it also takes 1 second off of my next holy shock. Okay. So I can holy shock, holy shock, holy shock, holy shock. Holy shock! Hey, watch your language. Alright, we never even came over here to Void Ridge as a Alliance character, so yet another void area that I didn't even know existed. I didn't even know it existed. So cool, good to know. Man, so we should just be void holy shocking our pants off. Okay, that gave us 2. Oh, look at this guy. A vacillating void caller. Oh, he's using Holy Bow. Oh yeah. Weird. Is he healing himself? What even is this guy? So this guy is weird. Also, I want more than just 2 for each of these. This guy's taking forever. Is he strong against my... I think he's strong against my holy magic. Or something. I don't want to fight these guys very much more. Yeah, he's pretty, He is. He's taking significantly reduced damage from my holy spells. What the heck? Weird. Okay. Wow. We got 3 for all that. Alright, I'm gonna try to stay away from those guys. It's not really worth it.
It's too far away.
He maybe gave me 2, but he might have only given me 1. Yeah, similarly on the Night Elf side, I guess Void Elves can be Demon Hunters now. So we've added a 3rd type of elf. But for whatever reason, they did not say that Nightborn can be Demon Hunters. So the Horde still only have 1 set. Oh, that's a vacillating one. No, I'm good. So... that means the Night Elves would currently... either the Void Elves or Night Elves would have to use 2 of their slots. Oh, that's good. On, Demon Hunters. So, I could give it to Void Elves, but... the problem with that is, really? There's barely even any Void Elves in the lore, period. And you want me to... and remember, saying that someone is in the lore... now, of course, we could relegate a lot, like I said, we could relegate a lot more than 5. And give some other classes more iconic combinations, just because they are iconic. Like, okay, maybe I want to use way more than 3 on my humans. Trying to avoid fighting those vacillating ones because they have like a holy resistance. Okay, we're up to 13 out of 40. Yikes. Annoying. Character is definitely not chugging along. Oh yeah, and I'm still like burning up a little bit here about those when we did those dungeons yesterday. When that guy one-shotted the bosses, we literally watched that warrior one-shot the boss of Hellfire Ramparts, and he was like level 20-something. What in on God's green earth is happening? How is that even possible? I have no idea. So if you guys also have an answer to how that is the world we live in now, I've literally never seen anything like it. And when you go online, everybody's just like, dude, just chill, just understand. The dungeons, if you're just a DPS or anything else, you just gotta know that the dungeons aren't really about you. This is just sit back and enjoy the ride. You're just there. You're just there for the ride. Well, what the hell is that? Seriously, that's the argument, is that, well, it's fast. So you should be able to be a completely useless passive participant because it's fast. You're gaining your XP fast. And you are achieving your objectives fast. Like, that's it? That's the whole selling point here? Is that we shouldn't complain about it being completely boring and, like, I would just rather, I guess, I'd rather have AI control my character and sit back and watch it, I guess, huh? I could just put my socks in my hands and let the show go on. Just type in /follow and let it run. Like, what's the point? That's beyond dumbing it down. Or if you want that to be the experience, give us follower dungeons across the board. Like, there, if that's how we're gonna do it, there is no amount of AI pathing. I read a rant, not a rant, but I've seen a lot of requests, a lot of people that are like, please give us follower dungeons. And you see a lot of arguments against it. You have some people that are like, well, that would be stripping out the social element of the game. That's a big fat load of crap. Do you call what the pugs are now social? So let's not pretend that the sociality of it has anything to do with it whatsoever. There is nothing social. I'm not building connections. The only thing I'm building is resentment. That I'm thinking that there is a segment of the population that sucks. And thank you for reminding me of that. It does not care for communication. That doesn't think that pugging should have to... Now, again, look, I could be an old man boomer here and I'm just ranting from my porch. And, you know, I'm okay with that. I could be put in my place and made to... I'm not saying my opinions are the right ones. They're a stinky little butthole like everybody else. But let's not pretend that the social aspect of the dungeons has anything to do with what's going on. Okay, then the next argument would be, why would they devote resources to that? There's so many things that need work in this game. Why would they waste 1 second on something that is really, nobody really cares? Because you can, 1, pug the content and run it in 5 seconds. 2, you could wait until you get 35 and run all old content anyway. So, since you have multiple other ways to do this content, well, for one, it would be fun. I could take my time and go through a dungeon and actually play it like a real dungeon. Oh, that's cool. It would be a fun experience. I could create my own little solo arc. Really, the only time you're communicating and needing to get good social skills are with higher level raiding and mythics, mythic plus. Okay, everything else is not about that. PvP, you could potentially argue PvP, especially PvP pre-mades. People that are serious with it. Okay, so there is still a place where you can do that. And honestly, let's be real. How do most of us engage with the other humans in the game? Through chat channels. That's what makes the game fun. Like, that's the difference between this and, like, Diablo 4, is there's a robust chat channel going on. That's how we are interacting with one another. Gotta remember, when I go up there, I want to get that Skedis thing. And how hard could it be? Don't worry about the, you know, don't put any resources into it. You know, if you're like, well, we're gonna, well, we have to test it out, we have to play test it. Don't do nothing. Let the AIs break it. What's the worst thing that can happen? It'll make the content so trivial that the AI things can one-shot the bosses. Or you run a dungeon in a minute and a half. That's already what we've achieved. So trivializing the content is not obviously not the issue.
You have the shards that we need.
Shard of a powerful void walker.
Excellent. The warp rift generator is almost complete. There is only one final ingredient we require. Soon we shall be able to open up a warp rift to the deepest parts of the abyss. Who knows what strange creature may come through. Think of it. The power such knowledge will bring is limitless. Blood and thunder. My warp rift generator is complete. You can now use it to summon a true Prince of the Void. A creature whose soul shard will tell us much of what lies beyond. Go south in Void Ridge and use my warp rift generator near the Void Stones. Look for a cluster of crystals near the edge of the abyss. A huge warp rift will form and Void Baron Galaxis will surely appear. Destroy this creature and bring me his soul shard.
Okay, so this is from the Abyss. It's the finale of this chain. So we are summoning a Void Prince. I still don't know the difference between the Void and the Burning Legion. I don't know that I'm ever going to fully understand that connection. I think that I don't know. I know the Void is the opposite of the Light. Okay. I've learned that much. I know that the Burning Legion... okay, now I'm already lost. There's the Twisting Nether, and that's different from the Void. The Burning Legion is from the Twisting Nether? And so, but then how come Void Walkers are demons? I don't remember. Look, there he is. Void Baron Galaxus. Oh, why was I summoning him? My goal was to fight him? Oh, great. And he brought a friend. He stopped. He started to cast and then he stopped. Alright. So anyway, that's my boomer ruin. I got nothing more for you guys. I just, I have a defense. I feel like... I mean, sure. Maybe you could... I understand people that say it's more for trouble than it's worth. But I feel like how much would it really take? A week? Like, if you really just wanted to turn that functionality on, or add more followers to the list. Why did we get his soul shard? The soul shard of Galaxus. I gotta really read that again. Destroy this creature and bring me his soul shard. His shard will tell us much about what lies beyond, so we're trying to gain information. He, like me, is trying to figure out what the hell is the Void? What's the difference? Twisting Nether is like space. The Void is like the plane of darkness. Void Walkers must come from the Void, but demons are from the Twisting Nether, except Void Walk. You know what I don't know.
Have you destroyed Void Baron Galaxus?
I did. The Soul Shard of Galaxus. Here you go, buddy. A combination of metal and magic used for dangerous warp experiments. You can have that back, too.
They called me insane. They laughed at me. They thought I was mad for my obsession with the Void Ridge and warp fields. Now, with this Soul Shard, I can unlock the secrets of the Void Walkers. I will command the power of the Abyss.
Alright, so I could have a slight upgrade to my cloak. That would give me some shadow resistance. Or I could have a slight upgrade to my ring. That's the one I made. That would give me demon fighting power. I'll pick that. That's pretty good. Take it and replace the one I made. Alright, so he just basically said, cool. I'll get back to you, I promise. I will let you know how things go. Thanks, buddy. Alright, let's go round up some Ravager eggs, then we'll go back up to the Apothecary and turn that one in. So, I don't need to rant to you guys. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would... I mean, just really for me, it's the lore of it all. Like, I think it would be very cool if I could take my time and play the game. And experience the lore. I would enjoy that much. Also, you're going to get yourself into situations where you have more complicated quests, and being allowed to do those quests at your own pace without turning chromie time off would be fun. So anyway, I will also yeah, there's also, what is this? He attempts to flee. I think he attempts to flee, but then he ain't flee. Alright, we need 12 eggs. There's a couple. See, I was able to pull a few of these guys when we fought this before. We did this on the Horde, the Warrior. It just went by so much faster. I wish I could promise you that I'm not going to make any more healer characters, but that would be a lie. I probably will. It does make it go slower, that's for sure. Let's grab these eggs. I guess the big ones can drop the eggs too, so we should keep our eyes out for that. But I'm not gonna hunt them out because, like, you have a chance of getting one from a big one. I also have a chance of getting Ravager meat, right? And I can make Ravager dogs. There was that dwarf quest that really helped us. Yeah, see, Ravager flesh. We can make some Ravager dogs. And he is going to give us a buzzardy kind of thing. See, there's a guy right there. It's a pretty good range. Oh man, it only got one. There we go. It just doesn't take damage. Maybe if I had more crits. Ow. He headbutted me. I almost was gonna pull that guy over. The big one. Saw him. For another chance. Okay, let's pull him. Pull him while we also come here to fight this guy. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this. Once I get that list made, then I will try to find, instead I'm gonna try to find heroes that go for each. And yeah, maybe I will do more, 2 on each or whatever. That project, I've been working the past couple days on the troll, because like I said, I'm going very, very slow. Turns out you have to make 9 different trolls. So there's a lot of characters that I'm gonna just ditch and restart and yada yada yada. Okay, so here's this dude. Go for him. Okay. I mean, it's not really a big deal because I can delete and restart. I've thought of some cool ones, so that was another thing I started to say, like, oh, there is actually some cool people I never thought of. So one of my characters that I think is going to wind up being one of my coolest ones is, you know, I have long had that gut feeling, as I mentioned, that a troll priest feels canonically right for the Horde if I was going to make it. And so does a Forsaken priest. I feel like there's some cool examples of that. There's that ore back there. Maybe if I plop down and get that last egg, I can then get that ore. Guys. Kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Sitch. But I thought to myself, like, oh, in many ways you could consider, like, Wamsandi a priest, like a Loa of a shadow priest, a Loa of the void, of the dark, of death, whatever. And so when you start to think, because remember, we're gonna have to get creative to come up with an example of each spec for each faction. In fact, sometimes it might be a real stretch, like downright impossible. Like, no, some of them are whatever, like, are we gonna be able to find each faction a hero of all 3 specs of Demon Hunter or Evoker? I don't know. Like, I don't even know what the new Demon Hunter spec is. I haven't made one character since I made it, but I don't even really know that they calling a Havoc versus a Vengeance, like, how much are those specs even really differentiated? Maybe in the book we just read, you could kind of tell there were some different specs.
You have those eggs yet?
Lagassi's stomach grumbles in anticipation.
In order to have great cuisine, you need to have great ingredients. And these eggs look great. I've just finished cleaning off my frying pan, so you are more than welcome to join me for a meal.
Hellbor.
Those eggs are superb. But what do you say we kick it up another notch?
Yes, Emerald.
A side of bacon would round out the meal perfectly, and I know just where to get it.
Yeah.
This place is littered with hellbors. Of course, there is no one here to inspect and tenderize the meat, but we're in luck.
Legacy rummages around in his pack and produces a flask.
This wasn't made for use on Horde, but cooking is as much about improvisation as anything else.
It's kind of weird. We're gonna take some holy water out, and get to healing here, or get to cleansing. Okay, remember we need 8. That's 2.
I'm out of range.
This quest isn't that bad. I think there's one more after it we're gonna still have to do too. The buzzards. Just fine. This will help us. That's 3. This will help us with our cooking. We are gaining, because I think we have 1 less. Thing. This is, I don't know, it just does feel like we still have a lot to do. It just takes longer on this character. I mean, we did call the part 1, the part that I called part 1 is a little bit of misleading because it was really a split between the 2. Yeah, now the difference is with the with the Horde character that we made, we were not like, if I pulled 3 of these Hellbors, I was in some tight doo-doo. Some tight doo-doo? I don't think that's a thing. I was maybe in a tight situation immediately after, and like, we're not gonna die. I have so many healing options. The damage comes slow, but we are not in tight doo-doo. Whatever that is. There we go. Okay, how many are we at? We need just 1 more. Just 1 more boar. And then I think we'll have to do the buzzards, and then we're done with this little patch of guys. So interesting that there's a breadcrumb for these guys from the Horde. Not for the Alliance. Already little goblin connections between the Goblin and Horde and Alliance. They were already leaning that way. I wonder if they already kind of knew that was the way they were eventually going to want to go. Because we're going to have 1 more story, which is the story of Death Knight. If you think about it, how cool is that? For Wrath of the Lich King, which is my all-time favorite expansion. I love Wrath of the Lich King, even though there are some quests that have aged poorly. This zone has... honestly, Dragonmount flying, it covers up a lot of sins.
Were you successful in purifying the Hellbor meat? This looks edible, if spiced properly. Just don't tell Screed where his breakfast came from. Okay. Screed likes to say his flying is as smooth as butter. I think Butterfingered is more like it. Take a look at the wreckage over there. He calls it a rough landing. Sure, we got shot at, but I'd be willing to cut him a little more slack if he didn't brag about his piloting skills so often. I think I'm going to make him a batch of wings to drive the point home. To the east, in the Valley of Bones, you'll find monster buzzards. Their wings are plump, juicy, and perfect for my needs.
Plump, juicy, and perfect. Alright, so I decided, you know what? Let's just get this passive damage going on, and this is what I'm going to do. We're going to slowly kill everything. And I'm going to... oh, that was not good. I mean, they have been interrupting me, and I don't like that. Of course. Yeah, see, this is pretty good. Like, maybe that's what I have to do. Because there's a lot of passive damage going on here. With my Consecrate and my Shield Back. Not a lot. Okay, that's an exaggeration to say that there's a lot. What am I supposed to be collecting? 12 plump buzzard wings? I didn't even get one? You son of a biscuit. I just killed 4 and you didn't even give me one plump buzzard wing? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I can go with some quicker heals if I had to. Okay, fine. Don't knock me down. Yeah, as long as you keep Consecrate up, then sure. And if I just save that, it's actually not that bad. Okay. I think this is my new strategy. Might make things quicker for us, since we can be that survivable forever. Let's see if I get any more plump wings since... Okay, that time we got 2. Got a lockbox. That's not bad. And getting a collection of 4 dudes seemed to be fine. Let's try 5. Okay. Alright. Now this might be overkill. 5 is definitely the limit. Because after 5, a lot of your damage, oh, I used the wrong thing. That's okay. Actually, it kind of works. After 5, they say that your damage starts to drop off greater than 5, or is it greater than 8? I don't know. I think I read somewhere too where they were like, yeah, well, tank's damage spikes through the roof because they don't have a damage cap in pugs. But we have run, you know, 3 dungeons lately, and 2 out of 3 it was like... the tank just ran. We just followed. And that one, when I saw that dude straight up one-shot the final boss, I'm like, what the absolute hell is going on here? A one-shot? Like, you're level 20, man. How is that happening? For real. Like, I'm not even trying to be facetious or like a boomer or whatever. Like, how is that a thing? I truly don't get it. Yeah, we could always use some of our side stuff if we have to. See, if they start getting that... they did. They got me. Come on now. I did get one already, okay. About to get another one. Got it. And like I tried to look it up online, like, I just want to understand the mechanics, that's all. I'm just a curious soul. How is it possible? I don't like that. We keep pulling these 5-packs, and after each 5-pack, we get 2. So that means we're at a 40% drop rate. That's not very good. Come on. Are there really no plumper wings than that? There's gotta be plumper wings than that. Come on, knights. So we're halfway through our little list. I'm gonna try to heal. I guess if we had to, we get into an emergency, we gotta remember to break glass in case of emergency. In that case, I mean, pop a bubble. But this is actually going pretty well. I think this is faster. I think so. Killing packs of 5 like this might save us some time in the long run. I mean, that's the advantage we have over the warrior, right? Like, we're gonna kill it a lot slower. But we will not die. There we go. 2 more. It's like there's a limit. You have a 2-wing limit. Instead of a 2-drink minimum, this is a 2-wing maximum. Rah! I'm here for you. Do you think the Gout of Flame hurts me? I don't think so. But it might. Okay. Ooh, they got me with a stun. So it's not an interrupt, it is just a universal stun, which that can suck. That was hurting my warrior a lot last time. So anyway, I get a nice 3-day weekend now. And then, back to full. I did my leadership retreat at work today. It's not, retreat is embarrassing use of the word retreat. It was not whatsoever a retreat at all. It was a meeting where the bosses all got together, and I love my main boss, as I've talked about on this show before. It's the best boss I've ever had, but he is and he's open, he has self-awareness, which is one of my favorite things about him. But he is not he is a coach. He comes from a coaching background. He is a lot of, I mean, he will get you pumped up, and there is value in that. Like, I can get myself to do my job, right? I can start thinking about what it requires, but to be inspired and motivated to go give more than what is required of you, but there's a little hunter here. There we go. Little alliance hunter, and that was actually helped us finish off the beasts. To make you want to reach within, to look for ways to not just to do better at your job, but to want to make your institution, like, of course, that's every boss's goal, right? To make
I can't wait to see the look on his face when he digs
to maximize
Ever since the crash, he has been complaining that all I can think of is food. Well, someone's got to feed us while he tinkers with the Zeppelin.
Ravager
eggs, bam. Hellboar bacon, bam. Buzzard wings, bam, bam. What a great meal. You've really got to try it.
I mean, I wouldn't eat that. I mean, I guess whatever. I'm not going to say I wouldn't. I'll try anything once. But your Ravager's dogs and your Buzzard wings and your Ravager eggs and your Buzzard wings and your, whatever heck else. Hellboar bacon. Hellboar bacon. Just don't tell me. Let me just eat it. Buzzard bites? Don't tell me. Just let me just eat it. Just let me put it on my plate. Give me some honey mustard or hot sauce or something. But anyway, that's right. That's the goal of every job, right? You wanna somehow, regardless of what that strategy is, you would like to make your employees willing and, heck, in a perfect world, excited to carry out your mission, to be wanting to come to your place of work, to choose you, to choose your site to work at, and stuff. I saw an ore down there. And if you were a boss, wouldn't you also want to push your employees to do more than what you're paying them to do? Right? And not only that, but to do it with a sense of, like, that's the right thing to do. And don't get me wrong.
Good day.
If your job...
How was your stay in Hellfire Peninsula? I trust it has been fruitful.
Yeah.
A report from Albrecht. Very good. The Royal Apothecary Society works feverishly to determine how the orcs of Hellfire Peninsula became fell orcs.
We know.
Their betrayal is unforgivable. And we must ensure that our orc friends are forever safe from future corruption.
He sounds genuine. He sounds like...
You honed your skills enough. I have a device, a demoniac scryer, that can analyze fell magic. I would have you use the scryer, but first, you must appease it. The scryer, you see, has trapped within it a creature of vast intelligence, and its needs are, shall we say, quite eccentric.
Really?
To appease the scryer, you must kill orcs. Specifically, they must be shattered hand orcs. The scryer demands their souls. Return to me when the souls are reaped. You will find the orcs north and south and surrounding Hellfire Citadel.
Okay.
Honed your skills enough to learn what I have to teach.
What's our next skill? After imbued, whatever. We want Light of the Martyr. When I'm above 80% health, Holy Shock has higher healing, but also creates a heal absorb on me. That prevents Beacon of Light from healing me until it has dissipated. Beacon of Light, causing your direct healing on the party or raid member to also heal that ally for 10% of that. So... So basically this is like an anti-heal thing. So when I am healing, when I'm high on life, my heals are more effective, but I will receive less healing for myself. Now in the context of healing others, this is going to amount to just about a 0 downside increase in the healing power of Holy Shock. I also absolutely hate that we're going back down there to kill more Shattered Hand orcs.
I have many ways.
Just can't escape it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Your mom's house. Alright, let's get rid of all these things. Not this Dawnstone, though. I want that. Not that either. Worg mushrooms.
Easy!
Is it?
Nice.
Is it easy? I'm throwing that away. We'll keep that though. In case I decide I want to crack that open. Alright, so going back down to kill these dudes. We do have those up there. I think before I do anything on that side of the bridge though, I am going to go to Falcon Watch. This is probably going to be our last goal today. Let's kill 10 souls. So also, this is a neat story too. Like, hey, I want you to get a bunch of orcs, and you need to get them. It's essential. Okay. Oh no. No. Okay. Ooh, I needed that. I should not have done that. Okay, we got one of them. That was that little self-heal. I just kicked my emergency heal, so I'm on a cooldown of that for a few minutes. See if I can pull that off. Yeah, getting these little... These warlocks. So their souls are joining the... Man, come on. They're joining my whatever. So I just got a martyr thing on myself. But it... Yeah, now until what causes it to heal? Causes it to go away? Okay, so just killing them is all we need to do. Until it is dissipated. Okay, so when I heal myself... But that was because I think without a target... That got me 5 of them. There we go. I accidentally healed myself, so you don't want to, like, in solo form here. These guys are the most annoying ones, these priests. Yeah, let's get these guys out. Okay. Not that guy. Yeah, this is it makes fighting a little bit more engaging, so I cannot complain. I think this is going faster. I like it. I mean, we have to kill 20 guys, and we are gonna... That's gonna be 4 packs of this strategy. Don't run, buddy. Don't run. Okay, now I think I can get myself onto that little boat. Don't do it. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing that debuff of the Blessing of the Martyr. And then you have to basically out-heal that bubble or your beacon will not affect you. So it's definitely interesting. Oh, DPS's. Cheeks. Okay. That's half. Cool, cool, cool. That's 10. Okay, you're coming with me. Oh, man. Ugh. Stop. Why does he gotta be like that? Okay. Then we want this off. I need one more guy to fulfill my dreams out there. Why is that guy running way away? Yeah, that means I want him too over here. Come on now, don't do that. Okay, let's get him going on this. I just get one lower. There we go. Come on now. Okay, they're raging out. Come on. do not think I'm targeting Warlock number 2. Part of my problem here. Okay. Again, I am not targeting him. So I'm still gonna get hit with those stupid debuffs. Uh-oh. Come on. Okay. There we go. Now I'm on the Neophyte. Okay. Oh, there's a few of them. That's why. I see. There's a Warlock and a Neophyte. There we go. Alright, we got ourselves down to the last of the bunch here. Nice, nailed it. Okay. 15 done. It takes a little bit to get this pack out. Alright, let's go with those guys. They're rising. Okay. I'm gonna fight y'all. Know how good it's gonna be. Let's stun you a little bit here. Get one going. Nice. Perfect. Love it. Chipping away at this. Fantastic. Down to our final 2. And they're getting low on life too. Oh, see that threw me off as a heal on myself. Which I don't know why I did that. So now I'm gonna like heal myself to strip that overheal. I don't want to fight anymore with these guys. Alright, I think that's it for today. I think we'll turn this in. A Burden of Souls. Did I blah, 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 blah. Did I list that on the sheet? I don't know. I don't think I did. No. Okay, so let's go over to A Burden of Souls. It's going to be the top of this list. Yeah, it's actually the first one. It's deep in here, but it's part of a longer series, so we still have some work ahead of us cut out here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Look at that guy's little Frost Mage Blood Elf look.
Have you honed your skills enough to learn? Well done. Your soul is burdened with many deaths. And the demoniac scryer.
The demoniac
will now perform its duties for you.
Will it?
Let us hope you are ready for the coming trials.
I think I am.
The demoniac scryer is now ready. Take it behind Hellfire Citadel to Hellfire Basin and summon it upon the ground. It will then begin to attune itself to Hellfire Citadel. After its attunement, speak to the scryer and transcribe what it tells you. Bring that transcription to me. Go, but only when you are ready. There is no doubt that Hellfire Citadel will detect the scryer and send wardens to destroy it.
So he's basically saying
your skills
it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, bro, so take your time, go there when you want. Now that it's sending us to the back of it, I think we maybe all come out and do Falcon Watch and just pick some quests up, but
many deals for
you know, it's just this place within Hellfire Basin. They're not really giving us that much gear. Alright, let's go into the inn, and we will resume this tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have a great night and all that ahead of you. Yeah, sure. Teach me to stew trout now, too. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow on Lore of Warcraft. This episode is in the pipe. 5x5.